Tough Mudder is not a race. It is a challenge. It is untimed. You are not rewarded for finishing faster. You do not beat anybody else. You do not finish first. The course is designed that you need to complete it with teamwork. 3 times as many people will do an obstacle mud run this year in the US than will run a marathon. If you look on Facebook, the top 3 marathons in the US by participation have about 290,000 likes combined. The top 3 obstacle mud runs have 7.8 million likes. It's just a much more affiliation product. People think about these brands, they care about these brands. And that's really been the secret to our success. So our customers actually tell us they really want to come back and do our event again. And certainly plenty of people do. But the repeat rate isn't quite where we'd want it to be. There's always more opportunity there. So we set out to create a loyalty program that we thought would bring people back more often. But when we talked about giving them rewards, they had a very adverse reaction. They said, that doesn't feel right. If you're giving me rewards, if I'm like someone in an airline who has status, or if you're giving me a rebate, I'm some VIP, then we're all not mudders. They gave us all this really helpful feedback, and we went back and we thought about it a lot, and we came up with our solution. The main thing to know about it is, it's not a rewards program, it's a recognition program. It was understanding these consumers, it's understanding this push and pull between what our customers wanted and what they found unacceptable because of the brand principles we'd built the company on that really made the difference.
When you think about insight, it's actually something fundamentally human. One thing that I fundamentally believe is that the relationship between insights and innovation comes down to conversations between people. In fact, I would say that innovation lives and dies by the conversations that happen between people. When we talk about connected devices or we talk about ecosystems, starting to think about in the lens of relationships, that there is an emotional connection between these things, and we need better ways to understand how to create that meaning. I'm a big believer in that cycle of what we bring from the outside in, but also what it is that we're bringing from the inside out. Our stories, our insights, and sharing and leading conversations with communities that matter to us. So you put people at the heart of the experience, and you think about the messiness of our emotions and what makes us human, and you embrace that into the product, then making products actually can be a very good love story.
Somewhere in what we know about our customers is the answer. Whether they prefer red or blue, whether they prefer the button on the left or the right, whether that converts better on the website, there is an answer, and we're going to find it together with the insights and the data. It no longer matters what I think, what I feel in my gut. It matters what our customers are telling us. The fact is, people are getting more loyal. They're just doing it differently. They're not loyal to conventional programs, they're loyal to each other. They're not loyal to a brand, they're loyal to the brand experience every single time it happens. And so there's this great quote from Maya Angelou that I always come back to, which is, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, paraphrasing, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. But that's where the returns come from. It comes from people being so detached from the functional because you're just taking care of it. You're effortless, you're frictionless, you're anticipating their needs, you're getting out of the way when they don't need you. It allows them to connect with each other, to connect with new places, to new experiences, and ultimately to fall more in love with their world around them in such a way that we benefit from the relationship we share with our customers.
It's about either changing, embracing change, or letting change happen to you. I think a lot of companies out there, they let change happen to them. Market share and volume are not leading indicators. They're never leading indicators of business performance. It's really easy as a marketeer to try to want to do really cool stuff to get consumers to buy into your brand and to give your brand momentum. It's a very simple thought, but it's also a simplistic thought. Because just because it's cool doesn't mean that it's insightful. It doesn't mean that it's useful. Don't be static. Experiment and experiment endlessly. I think that you should spend less time trying to defend a position and more time trying to invent new business models and new ways of doing business. I think any brand today has to act at the speed of the internet, which means that you have to iterate constantly. And at Absolut, that's what we're trying to do. We're really always trying to be in beta mode with whatever we do, and we're looking at the world as our testing ground.